Small things to a giant. Let's get it. Damn. Feeling like a cold game. I remember when we used to spit that propane.
Red Dreaded Entertainment, what's up everybody? It's Akasan here, and holy shit, I had no idea, Negan voice, that RWBY, the latest episode of RWBY had come out like 5 days ago. Shoutouts to those on Twitter that let me know. Follow me at Twitter, okay, at Akasan, aka SAN, for the latest and greatest in your Red Dreaded updates and entertainment, because I am not always on YouTube with the... Something's weird with YouTube recently with the... I try to listen to the comments as much as possible, read as many comments, but for some reason the notifications suddenly got switched or something like that. So if you ever have like a dire question or so or something, not really requests, since I don't really do requests so often, hit me up on Twitter if you want to be entertained. I'm always constantly tweeting, okay? Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this on with, this is Volume 4, Chapter 8, A Much Needed Talk. Here we go. I am completely aware that I don't have my headphones in. I just, when it comes to editing, I need my computer to be able to pick up. If you guys are ever curious how I do this behind the scenes type stuff, I'm watching it and I take the file from my camcorder, which is my reaction, right? Then I take the original file from YouTube, which is like an MP4, and then I have to layer them together and sync the audio from the first couple minutes or so. So if I plug in my headphones right away, you're just gonna get muted. So it's extremely hard for me to try to sync it up that way. That's how we get to this point here. I think we got enough for the computer to pick it up. Much better, I think. Wait, what the hell happened? Alright, there we go. By the way, that RWBY game, awesome. I love it. Follow me on Twitch if you want to see more of that gameplay sooner than later. Here we go, RWBY. You guys see? Okay.
Really? No questions?
Of course we have questions. This is just a lot to take in.
Sure, of course.
I want to know. What did you talk about?
So these Maidens, they're powerful fighters that don't need dust to use magic.
Yeah.
And there are 4 of them?
Yep. Always.
Which means that whenever one of them dies, the power transfers to someone, a female, that they care about?
Whoever was in their thoughts last. Important distinction. Best option, it's someone we can trust. Regardless, their souls become combined, in a way.
And that's what you were trying to do to Pyrrha. The night the tower fell. You were trying to turn her into one of them.
Yep.
The previous Fall Maiden, Amber, had been attacked. She was young, inexperienced. And her assailant, who we now know as Cinder, somehow managed to steal some of her power, but not all of it. We were afraid that if we didn't do something, the rest would go to her as well.
John
forced it on
yeah.
Pyrrha.
She didn't force it. She chose it, yeah.
We explained the situation and gave her a choice, and she chose.
That's what...
You were there.
Yeah.
You heard her.
He's salty, though. He's salty. I understand, but damn, John, come on, man. Come on, man. Her voice makes me sad, though, Pyrrha. When I hear her voice.
That guy, Tyrion. Why was he after me?
I wonder if she's a maiden.
Well, you definitely painted a target on your back with what you did at Beacon. I told you having silver eyes is a rare trait. And the fact that you're someone that was able to use them seems to have upset some very powerful people. Not many people know about the silver eyes, but those that do aren't very happy that one has surfaced. That's why I've been keeping an eye on you. Wanted to make sure you were safe. All of you.
Well, then, why not just travel with us? It seems like that would have been way easier.
He was using you as bait.
Look, I wouldn't put it like that. It's complicated.
But
What is all of this? Ruby's being hunted. The schools are being attacked. All for what? What is the point of all of this? Will you just tell us what's going on?
it's a good point. That is a good
Would you
point.
sit down? You're stressing me out.
Yeah. Just a bit. Teenagers!
Not
Angsty!
many people are super religious these days.
I'm gonna grow up to be Crow when I get older. I'm kind of Crow now, aren't I?
It's been around for a long time.
Shut the fuck
Long
up,
enough
kid.
that people have created dozens of gods.
Okay.
But if you believe Ozpin, 2 of them are actually real. They were brothers. The older sibling, the god of light, found joy in creating forces of life. Meanwhile, the younger brother, the god of darkness, spent his time creating forces of destruction.
Oh.
As you can imagine, they both had pretty different ideas about how things should go. The older one would spend his days creating water, plants, wildlife. And at night, his brother would wake to see all the things that the elder had made and become disgusted. To counteract his brother's creations, the
Fire?
god of darkness brought drought, fire, famine, all that he could do to rid Remnant of life. Life always returned. So one night, the younger brother went and made something. Something that shared his innate desire to
Grim?
destroy anything and everything.
Yeah.
The creatures of Grimm.
You guessed it. The older brother had finally had enough. Knowing that their feud couldn't last like this forever, he proposed that they make one final creation
Together.
together. Something they could both be proud of. Their masterpiece. Younger brother agreed. This last great creation would be given the power to
Man.
both create and destroy.
Man.
It would be given the gift of knowledge so that it could learn about itself and the world around it. And most importantly, it would be given the power to choose. To have free will to take everything it had learned and decide which path to follow. The path of light or the path of darkness.
It sounds like a fucking Star Wars. Like.
And that
The light.
is how humanity came to
I
be.
thought. Okay. Alright.
But what does that have to do with us?
Well, that's the kicker. See, the 4 gifts to mankind, knowledge, creation, destruction, and choice, aren't just metaphorical. Each of them exists in a physical form, left behind by the gods before they abandoned Remnant, and each of them is extraordinarily powerful. If someone were to collect all 4, they'd be able to change the world, and that's exactly what the enemy wants. The Huntsman Academies were created to train generations of humanity's protectors, but they also serve another purpose, guarding the relics. When Ozpin's predecessor founded the schools, he built them around the relics to act as a fortress.
Oh.
Not only would they be easier to defend, but they would be constantly surrounded by trained warriors.
Right.
The hope was that hiding the relics would keep mankind from using them against itself. And of course, keeping them out of her
Right.
reach.
Cinder. So that's what and little Medusa chick.
So, yeah, there's that.
So
You mean Salem?
Salem.
That's right.
Salem witch.
Not much is known about her, and quite frankly, that's not what matters. What matters right now is that she wants the relics. And if she gets them, it's not going to end well.
Didn't they get one? Cinder picked up one at the end of the last season? There was a relic there, right?
You know,
What up, Blake?
you can always go in and say hi.
I don't want to bother him.
A father's never too busy for his daughter.
True.
Not all of my friends would agree with you on that.
Here.
What?
Yo, Blake's outfit is dope.
Where are you going?
You've never been very talkative, but that boy you brought home loves to run his mouth. I want to hear more about the adventures of Team RWBY.
Oh. Yo! Blake's outfit really is on point. That is a dope outfit.
Hey, Dad.
Blake. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Please, come sit.
That is a really good outfit,
Don't
actually.
worry, I've got it. Sit down, sit down.
I don't know
I
about
don't
his
wanna keep you
dad,
with
though.
your-
Her dad.
Nonsense. I've been cooped up in here all day. You still take sugar, right?
Oh, actually,
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Oh, here, take this one.
No, really, it's no big deal.
You sure?
Positive.
Huh.
Old habits, I suppose. Might want to let it cool.
Right.
So, is it warm in Vale?
Huh?
It just seems like your outfit doesn't cover very much.
It covers plenty.
I mean, a little more armor might help, don't you think?
I'm fine. I don't need armor. I can look after myself.
I know you can. I'm sorry.
This dude reminds me of Sabretooth so much.
Why?
Why are you sorry?
Why would you say that?
Sweetheart, what's wrong? What did I say?
How can you still love me after what I did?
Blake.
Okay, wasn't Blake's
Your
eyes...
mother and I will always love you.
You were right.
Wait, what the hell?
I shouted at you.
Okay, yeah.
Yelled at you. But you were right.
Some scenes that
called
look
you
like they were
cowards.
yellow.
It's okay.
They weren't yellow.
I should have left the White Fang with you and Mom. I should have listened to you, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Blake, it's fine. We never held anything against you, and I never feared you would fail. The only thing I ever feared was that you would fall down the wrong path. And I am so proud to see you haven't.
But I did. It was...
And you pulled yourself out. You came back. There aren't many who possess that kind of strength, and even fewer that have the courage to face their demons again. Vale, Mountain Glen, Beacon. You confronted the White Fang time after time.
I didn't do it alone.
No, you didn't. Which is why I wanted to ask you. Why did you leave Vale? Why did you leave your friends behind?
Son?
Whoa! This isn't the bathroom! I'll just be going. Sorry to interrupt this tender family moment.
I really don't like you.
I like how they both had the same expression.
So what's
Triggered.
the middle of this? There really is this crazy evil being behind these attacks, not just some thugs trying to become powerful. Why doesn't the world know? Why isn't Atlas going after them, or Mistral?
And why aren't we in more of a hurry to get to Haven? Shouldn't we be getting them a message? What if they're next?
The headmaster over there saw what happened to Beacon. He's not dumb. He'll be on his guard. Besides, it takes time to mobilize forces like that. Do you really think they planned out that attack on Beacon overnight? And to answer your question, It's the same reason we keep quiet about the Maidens. If the whole world knew about the relics, about Salem, it would be chaos. We'd have another great war on our hands, and this time, you'd have to fight. Look, I had the same questions too. But old Ozpen always put his foot down. We can't cause a panic. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Salem's smart. She works from the shadows, using others to get what she wants, so that when it comes time to place the blame, we can only point at each other. She's trying to divide us, humanity. And so far, she's done a pretty damn good job.
How did that moon get fucked up?
All right. So what should we do?
Piccolo shot it.
I don't really know.
What?
Ozpen has put a lot of trust in the headmasters. Like I said, the schools are an important part of stopping Salem. Atlas is going to be on high alert after the last attack, and Vacuo is, well, Vacuo. It'll be hard to hire thieves and scoundrels to fight against other thieves and scoundrels. Take that. Add in the fact that Cinder and her crew claim to be from Haven, and I think it's likely the next target. So, we're on our way to the headmaster. Haven't heard from him in a while, even before the attack. I'm hoping he has the answers.
How, Crow? You ain't got the answers.
All right. I think it's time you kids got some sleep.
Uncle Crow,
Yeah?
this is a lot to take in. And it all sounds crazy, but I'm willing to do whatever I can to help. Because I trust you. But why couldn't you trust me? Why couldn't you just travel with us instead of all of this secrecy and...
Look, this has nothing to do with trust. It's a long story, okay?
Seriously?
Ah, there's
now you're
more.
tired of telling us stories?
Right, because of her mom and aunt.
Did you know that crows are a sign of bad luck? Old superstition, but it's how I got my name. You see, some people can absorb electricity, and some people can burst into rose petals. And some people are just born unlucky. My semblance isn't like most. It's not exactly something I do. It's always there, whether I like it or not. I bring misfortune. I guess you could call me a bad luck charm. Comes in real handy when I'm fighting an enemy. But it makes it a little hard on friends and family.
Well, you are just a real bundle of help, aren't you?
This dickhead.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Taking a walk.
Why Crow look like a retired
else you wanna tell us?
tuxedo mask? That's her, right? No, maybe not.
Not tonight.
Oh! How ominous. The log rolled out after he touched it. Bad luck.
No
Ouch.
concept of privacy, no respect for personal space.
I'm sorry, okay? Ow! I'm sorry!
Ugh!
Look, I promise it was important. I needed to find you to talk to you.
What, son? What could be so important?
I was talking to your mom and she said something weird about the White Fang.
I'm stopping you right there.
But
I told you. I'm not here to fight the White Fang. I'm not here to fight anyone. I'm here to rest, to figure things out, and to see my family.
Your mom said White Fang members don't wear masks in Menagerie, but I saw one at the market yesterday. I even got a picture.
Son.
Look, I'm trying to help.
I don't want your help.
Oh, shit!
A freaking ninja?
A spy.
But why would... Hey, wait!
What's happened?
The White Fang is evil, I totally called it, and I'm bringing your daughter back!
You know that kid in GTA 5? That's what he kind of reminded me of when he just did that line. Or Superbad, kind of that kid. White Fang is evil, I totally called it!
We should probably get moving.
Yeah.
Crow is not doing so well. Oh shit. You bleed purple?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Damn! La Blue Boy. Alright! There you guys go. That was, scary. That was a long ass episode, too. That was, that was running up on 20 minutes there. Woo! That was a very long episode. I was wondering, but it indeed was a much needed talk. We needed to clear up a lot there in this particular episode. In terms of the animation and such, I thought that was well done. That conversation between Blake and Sun was really, like, that was probably one of the best scenes in terms of coloring and motion and animation that worked well. The talk between Blake and her father was also done really well as well, when he turned her head, not her neck, her head, and like she really had this resemblance of like a cat, kind of like meow 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 meow. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but it really, that one worked well. We learned a lot more. That was a lot more exposition than I was expecting. Like, so now we have 4 other traits of humanity. There's so powers, and those are the relics that are in the 4 different schools, right? 4 different schools. Then we also have 4 maidens as well, and we have the theory of Ozpin being the wizard. I was kind of thinking my theory here was the fact that, like, Salem might be sort of related to the younger brother that was all about darkness and death and fire and shit and plague and famine. And maybe Ozpin is somewhat related to the giver of life and all that. I don't know. I don't know about all this. Ruby with the silver eyes, that's quite interesting. Crow's situation, I hope Crow pulls out of that shit. If he, like, nah, man, like, Crow is one of the most interesting dudes in that entire show, so I really don't need to see him do like a slow death. If they take him out for a little while, it's fine, so the others can really come up. But speaking of which, that team needs to come up. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, why don't I really like this season as much as the previous seasons? And I think it's been, like, I still, don't get me wrong, I still like it, but it just doesn't have that same, I think, that same feeling, I guess, because of the fact that the name of the show is called RWBY, yet all 4 of them have gone their separate ways. and it doesn't look like it'll be resolved anytime soon. Like it doesn't. I almost feel like by the end of the season we won't have them. They're so far apart that they're not going to be getting together anytime soon, and I don't know if I really particularly like that, because I don't really like the team that RWBY is in now, Team Jumper, whatever. I'm not really big on them right now. If they don't really start, I don't know, coming up or giving more character or something, I don't know, it's weird to me. Like, I'll make that the question of the video. I have never done that for RWBY before, but how are you guys feeling about the new season so far? What are you guys feeling about this Team Jumper? Is that what they're calling it? I don't know, something's like, it's good. I don't know. It's weird. Because it's almost like, it reminds me a lot of how The Walking Dead is treated sometimes. Like, how this season with The Walking Dead has been. It's like, sometimes we're going to get really good episodes if they're only focusing on Rick or Negan. But then if you start focusing on these side characters that don't matter so much, you're just like, oh my god, I just wasted a whole hour watching this side story that I don't care about. So I think that's kind of the fault of what's happening right now, is sometimes it's like, oh shit, we haven't seen Yang in a while, and then finally she'll come back, but they haven't really given much for her each episode. RWBY and such, like, that cleared things up a little bit more, but also made things a little more confusing as well. And the other two, Blake, actually, you know, if of all of them, of everything that's been going on so far, I think Blake is actually the only one, the one that I've enjoyed the most, because it shows a whole new world for us. We get to know her family and such. Weiss, I'm okay. I'm cool with what's going on with Weiss. That's actually an interesting development as well. The other ones, RWBY and Yang, I don't know. I don't know. It's especially from the fan theories I've been hearing about their family thus far. We really haven't had much development thus far with that particular zone. Well, give it time, right? We'll see what happens, okay? Red Dread Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you think about all this. Again, follow me on Twitter, on Twitch as well, so I'm going to be playing that game a little bit more. I got a controller. I am so happy. That game was so fun, but I can also see where it's a little bit empty. I also found out that game, next week, I think. Next week, RWBY is debuting on console already. Like, it's so kind of annoying for me. If it's cheap enough, I don't know. I guess I'll rebuy it. If there's a way, like, I want to do something where we all play the game together or something like that, or like try and get DC Sun on that game. It's probably, you know what? That's probably the best way. Like, he and I, you know what though? I don't think he has a PlayStation. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna ask him if he has a PlayStation 4, and we'll figure it out fairly soon. All right? Okay. Till next time. I'll talk to you next time. I'm out. Peace.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.